Welcome back to my podcast. I appreciate you listening. My name is Kurt. I'm going to start off by saying that I'm going to go ahead and change the name of my podcast to Better Human Podcast because I think that's a little bit more realistic of what I want people to turn out to be, or better humans. So I'm going to change that to Better Human Podcast, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. The new title and the new topics about becoming a better human each and every day. So first I want to talk about we live here in the Midwest, and it has been crazy with the snow. So if you know what I'm talking about, whether you're in Minnesota or Canada, Midwest down towards Farmington and stuff like that, we're getting hit with a crazy winter storm. So it's been crazy trying to get snow shoveled and get out to the grocery stores, which brings me to, crazy grocery stores. Everybody goes crazy because, oh my God, we're going to be locked down for, a month through, 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is. So they go crazy and they just take everything from the store and leave nothing for everybody else. Which, okay, I get it. You want to make sure you're prepared, but have common courtesy and leave some stuff for everybody else. So people have what they need to get through the next couple of days. It's not like you're going to be hunkered down for months. You know what I mean? And the stores should be prepared as well. I get it. But when you go in there and you take everything that's, under the sun and it's gone, people go in there to look for food and they don't have anything. It's a little crazy. The snow has finally stopped here, but I think we got here in Lake St. Louis, we got 8.5 inches of snow. So, that could kind of lead into my topic of, being a better human, making sure that you think about others, common courtesy, and just get just what you need, and then you can always go back for more. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to rant on that a little bit. But on my last topic, if you listened to my podcast, which I hope you did, we talked about New Year's resolutions and how to stick with them and, why do they fail? Let's talk about that. How are your New Year's resolutions actually going? Since January 1st, the gym selfies, the vision boards, the this is my year energy kind of stuff. Has that gone by the wayside? How's your New Year's resolution actually going? All right, how is it going? How they looked on January 1st. Now, how does that sound? When you told your friends, like right now. Where are you at with your setting your goals and whether it's going to the gym or reading more books or saving more money, be honest with yourself. Where are you at right now? But today, right now, if you're crushing it, amazing. If you slipped a little, no big deal. You're a human, okay? It is what it is. And excuse me, but I'm kind of reading off some notes. So if I kind of go away from the camera a little bit, it's because I'm reading off my notes. I want to make sure I get everything right. So I appreciate it. If you completely fallen off this, this episode's for you. So just because today isn't about guilt, it's about awareness, honesty, and resetting without quitting on yourself. Okay. So let's get into segment number 1, the statistics versus real life. Here's something wild. Most people abandon their New Year's resolutions by mid-January. So January 25th. So if you've fallen off that wagon, let's get right back on it. Fallen off that horse. Sorry for the pun, but let's get right back on that horse and let's ride. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because they don't, that you don't want it bad enough. It's because we tend to set goals based on who we wish we were instead of who we actually are right now. Okay? So, I'm doing the same thing. I'm working on, trying to become a better man. So, this is for the men here. I'm going to kind of put this out here right now. I went ahead and subscribed to this thing right here, this little book right here, if you can see it. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, trying to be a better man. I've been successful with my finances, with my family, and just kind of taking notes on trying to become a better person, better father, finances, and stuff like that. So that's one of my things that I've kind of worked on. So let's get back on the topic of segment 1. But because we tend to set goals based on, that's why I talked about that, who we wish we were instead of who we actually are right now. Okay. We aim for perfection. I'll work out every day. I'll never eat junk food. I'll wake up at 5 a.m. forever. And the moment we miss once, our brain says, well, you ruined it. So we quit. So let's be clear, okay? Falling off doesn't mean failing. It means you're human, right? Everybody does it. Let's just be real. So let's do this. Let's check in the moments. I want you to pause for a second. Seriously, pause as you're listening to this podcast. But come right back. Ask yourself, what goal did I set for this year? Okay. Was it the real reason behind it? What was the real reason behind it? Sorry. Health, confidence, freedom, peace. What was it? You know what I'm saying? Now I ask, am I still connected to the why I want this? Am I still connected to why I wanted this? Are you? What is it that you wanted? Health, finances, confidence. Are you still connected to that? Okay. Or am I just beating myself up for not being perfect? Because here's the truth. Goals don't fail. Systems do. I talked about that last time. It's the system that you're in, that you're following. Okay. So self-scheme kills progress faster than anything. Why motivation doesn't last. Okay, segment 3 here. Motivation is amazing, but it's unreliable. Motivation shows up when you're rested, you're inspired, you're comfortable. But real growth happens on tired days, stressful days, I don't feel like it days. So if your resolution depends entirely on motivation, it was never sustainable. Let me read that again. So if your resolution depends entirely on motivation, it was never sustainable. So instead of asking, why can't I stay motivated? Ask, how can I make this easier to keep showing up for blank, whatever it is that you want to show up for. Okay. How can I make this easier to keep showing up for blank? Let's hit on a couple of those, smaller steps, more forgiveness, less of all or nothing, the less of all or nothing thinking. Progress loves consistency, not intensity. So let's reframe that solution. Let's reframe that resolution. Let's do a reset right now. Okay. If your resolution was work out every day, okay, so let's change it. Move my body 3 times a week. If it was eat perfectly, change it. Eat better most of the time. You have to have that cheat day. Okay. You can't just, go. I've got a, weak point. It's chocolate, sweet treat at the end of the night, something with a, cup of coffee. So you can't eat, you can't eat perfectly all the time. Eat better most of the time. If it was completely change my life, change it to become 1% better this week or 2% better this week. Okay. Just progression. Go in slowly into it. Okay. You don't need a new year. You don't need a Monday. You don't need a perfect streak. You just need small choice. And then segment 5, the question that changes everything. Here's the question I want you to sit with. What kind of person am I becoming? Okay. Not, did I miss a workout? Did I mess up my diet? Did I fail again? But as someone who gets back up, and as someone who keeps promising themselves eventually, am I someone who refuses to quit? Don't quit. Okay? Because identity outlasts resolutions. Let me read that one more time. Because identity outlasts resolutions. When you become the kind of person who shows up imperfectly, the results always follow. So if your New Year's resolution aren't going great, if they're shaky, just adjust. If they're completely off the rails, welcome back. Okay? Let's just focus on who you want to become and what you want to do in life. Whether you want to, save that money, become a better person, eat well, watch your fitness. You can do it. It's just smaller steps. Don't worry about it. We all have done it. I do it. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. All right. So just focus on that. If you didn't miss your chance. You didn't ruin the year. You're not behind. You're right on time to become a better human. Period. You're right on time to become a better human. Take today, take this moment, and take one small step forward. Because you know what? I'm rooting for you, okay? So if this episode hits home for you, then share it with someone who's been hard on themselves. Leave a review. It helps this message. Leave a review if it helps this message reach more people. And remember, progress beats perfection every single time. Okay? So I really appreciate you guys listening to it, to my podcast. I hope this helps somebody. If it does, if it helps one person, I know I've reached somebody and I've done my job. But I'm just going to try to be a better human as well. So that's my new title for my podcast. I'm going to change it in the description. I'm going to change it on my thing, and I'm going to start talking about topics to help people become better humans. So stick to those New Year's resolutions. Just take small steps. Remember, you matter. If there's anything you want to do, you want to talk about something, reach out to me. I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to motivate you. I need it sometimes too. Okay? I'm going through some things right now too. So listen, I'm here. Call me, text me, whatever. Reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram. So again, don't forget to be a better human.